YouTube. It's your boy RJ, that guy. Today we're gonna get into a YouTube video. We're gonna do a reaction to this YouTuber by the name of Drew Peacock. I really love his videos. He posts almost every day. I watch him every time I get a chance. But he's a big car guy, loves his cars, builds his own cars, and I really love his content and like his videos that he produces. So we're gonna get in there, do a reaction video to it. This is the first time I'm seeing it. It was like posted around like 8 hours ago, so it's freshly new. But yeah, go ahead and get into it.
How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video, and today we were supposed to be doing the reveal of the McLaren, what's next for the McLaren, the big things that are coming for it in 2024, and I'm not talking like no Honda Civic Racer. We're not talking about no fake hood scoop and fake toe straps. No, we're talking about real big things. Anyways, I'm still editing that video, and I wanted you guys to have a video on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. So hopefully you guys will be happy with this one. We're taking a look at some tuner cars on Facebook Marketplace. These are cars you guys sent me. I haven't seen these listings yet, so we're going into this like Helen Keller. We're going in blind. We have no idea what to expect. Anyways, if you see any cool or bad listings, send to my Gmail, drewpeacock.clips@gmail.com, and let's go ahead and dive right in. 2001 Dodge Viper GTS Coupe, $135,000. This one seems like a pretty good one right here. I mean, it seems pretty promising. We got a parachute mounted on the back. Right then and there, that lets you know this is probably a pretty fast car. We
Something
got some
serious.
front fender exits or side skirt exits, which lets me know this is probably a twin turbo Viper. Tiny tire, tiny wheel up front. Says 1,500 wheel horsepower on its license plate. If you're flexing numbers like that, you better have it. Looks like we have a automatic transmission, probably a TH400. I guess we'll have to see in a second. No more street car. I wouldn't call this a street car anymore. Once you start getting the aluminum seats, the harnesses, the racing steering wheel, the TH400, the cage, the parachute. Once you start getting all that, yeah, it's hard to call this thing a street car anymore. This guy might say, "Oh, I have AC," but yeah, if you can't sit in a McDonald's line, I wouldn't consider it a street car. I mean, look at this thing. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. If I see a car like that, pulled up, all decked out like that, it's got a parachute on the back, already serious business. Like you, no, like if I was personally to race that, no, I wouldn't even try to race you. That's already a life or death situation. Like at that moment, you just basically asked to get whooped. Like basically asked to be handed yourself on a silver platter. Like no, I would stay away from that.
I don't know if this is a fire suppression system or some sort of nitrous. It doesn't look like nitrous to me, but it does have some sort of regulator on it. We have a fuel cell, which I guess it might be, or this is an ice tank, one or the other. I guess we'll have to read his description. We have a battery box right there. I need a battery box for the Mustang ASAP. That's something I'm ordering up probably after this video. Underneath the hood, sick aluminum high-rise intake manifold. The headers look fucking crazy. Looks like somebody's twisted up cable management underneath their desk. I'm looking at you. We have, it looks like two charge pipes going into the intake, which I mean makes sense. I'm guessing there's a throttle body somewhere around here. It's hard to see, but I just see V-bands galore. I don't even know what angle this photo is. Oh, is that the turbo down there? Yeah, I can't even see shit. This angle is disorienting. Okay, now there's a blurry one. He's just getting. Oh my god, what are these photos? Whose grandpa's taking these photos? Get your thumb out of the photo, grandpa. The side skirt slash fender exit is pretty badass. I do like that. If I do twins on the Mustang, I'll probably do something like that. One will just reduce a lot of weight, but two, it's just fucking sick. We'll see.
See, at the same time, the engine bay just looks like it's about hell to work on. Like the way that everything was just like put in there is just like it just looks like there's just too much to do. Like it looks simple, but at the same time when you go to take that thing apart, I pretty much doubt that it's simple. Like there's just no way.
See though, we'll see. I'm talking with some subscribers right now that have similar setups to me and they're hooking, so we might not have to ditch the Whipple after all. We'll have to see. We have some other reservoir here. Again, it looks like he's got like crazy cooling tanks or something just everywhere. If this is an air to water system, then that would make sense. I mean, it's right there. I know that's pretty common for Vipers. They usually do an air to water setup. My boy works at a Viper shop and he tried to push me on the one. So yeah, it's a pretty solid setup. It looks like, is that Haltech? This is a full-on race car. This isn't a street car anymore. This is a car that you buy if you have like 4 other cars already. Like this is like, oh, I want a twin turbo Viper. Here you go. Oh, we got a video of it. It's in like fucking 240p, but sounds like it was recorded with a potato too. You guys aren't missing out on the audio. It doesn't sound all that special. If only it was
Not at
recorded
all.
on like a cell phone from this century, then it would probably look pretty good. But anyways, let's read his description. 2001 Dodge Viper twin turbo Nelson competition built engine. Turbos are twin 88 millimeter Pro Mod turbos. Holy fuck!
That
Sheet
is
metal
fucking
intake,
crazy.
ATF, Power Glide, billet bolt together converter, Mark Williams IRS, 315 Pro tire on single bead locks, water to air intercooler, call it, full interior, body not cut, fuel tech, engine management, 8.5 cage, made 2,000 horsepower to the tire while tires were slipping at 28 psi. Like, my God, man. Let me just tell you guys, I think my cars are pretty quick. Like especially for what I tried to do with them, I wanted to just be right around 1,000 horsepower. I'm gonna go for more in the Mustang because I want that car to hurt people's feelings. But I'm not trying to set records. I'm not trying to, flex my penis on TikTok or YouTube or anything like that. I'm not in it for all that. I just like having fun on occasion, right? It's not that serious to me. I build my cars for myself and just to have some fun and just to get that sensation in your belly. With 2,000 horsepower, you will never be able to get on it on the freeway unless it's like 3 a.m. and you have a homie blocking off the freeway. There is not enough space on the freeway to get on it.
Facts, what he said. Because, like, literally the only place you could go is legitimately down Mexico. But then at the same time, like, you're pushing 2,000 horsepower to the wheel. Like, at that moment, like I said in the previous one, like, no, if I see something like that, I am not dare testing you. Like, if that's happening, I need to have something that has major horsepower. I'm talking about 3,000. Like, I am not going against that. No chance. No Vipers are literally just almost kill anything. They will literally just try and kill anything they see. Like, that Viper is just a no bueno. No.
I had to pop a quick shield really quick. Anyways, yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're building your car and you're like, damn, I'm only gonna be able to make 700. 700 is plenty of fun to have on the freeway, on the street, or whatever. I wouldn't recommend putting, I don't recommend speeding on the street, but if the freeway's empty at night and you got plenty of room and you know how to control your car, have a little fun. Just don't go weaving in and out of cars and endangering other people. If it's an
Facts.
open freeway, have fun. That's it. Anyways, 2,000 horsepower, absolutely insane. Sick ass car, don't get me wrong. Would love to have it. I just don't know when the fuck I'd be able to drive it. Next car, 1984 Ford NASCAR Thunderbird. Somebody owns a NASCAR and they're only selling it for 20 grand. Why does that seem relatively cheap to me? Like,
Facts.
I know it's a race car. I know it is, right? But oh my god, I want it so bad. Like this thing is just so fucking cool looking. It's just one of the coolest looking things like I can imagine pulling up in Cars and Coffee with. This thing is fucking sick. And the fact that it looks like it was actually a Thunderbird race car, that's sick as hell. That is so badass. Like, that is fucking hardcore. Imagine pulling up to Cars and Coffee. Every Corvette dad, every Corvette grandpa, every fucking, all these old geezers, dude, they'd be fucking bricked up looking at this thing. They'd be like, holy smokes, man, where'd you get this thing? Holy moly.
You hear
Like,
me?
this thing is badass. I like it. I even like the color scheme, too. They even got like this is before Nardo Gray was a trend. They got Nardo Gray, orange, blue, red. Look at this. That's a good looking car. Yeah.
And I know it's got a lot of history behind it. Like, all the photos are just basically saying it all. Like, but for 20,000, that seems fairly cheap. Like, me personally, I would be trying to pull out at least 40 grand for it because, like, no, you got to think about it. It is a race car. Like, at that point, like he said, everybody would be turning their heads to try and, like, hey, where did you get this? How did you get this? And then when they found out that they got it for 20 grand, they're probably almost just shit their pants. That's just
Yeah,
crazy.
the sad part is it's definitely not street legal. I doubt you could register. You might be able to. There might be a VIN somewhere on
No,
that thing,
no.
but I don't see it being that hard to honestly attach some lights and some relays and some shit and make it kind of street legal. I could see it being possible. But that's up to the owner. It's badass as is. Anyways, I thought I would just cover this really quickly. We don't really have to read a whole lot about it, but yeah, oh, look at that. It even has drivers, original chassis, Under the Body was built by Petty Enterprises in the late 1983 for Kyle Petty. Kyle Petty, number 7. If I'm not mistaken, I could be way off. The person I bought one of my corgis from is related to Kyle Petty, which is just ironic. Small world.
All right.
And she has like photos with him. And I think it's Kyle Petty. It might be. It's like her uncle or something. I don't know. Cool. Regardless. Anyways, Dick Brooks, number 1. And Bobby Allison in 1985. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. Like I said, I just thought I would show you this just because, I've never seen a NASCAR for sale. And that thing looks sick as fuck. I
No,
want it.
neither have I.
Someone give me $20,000 to go buy this thing and I'll buy it.
Right.
Anyways, next car, 1993 Honda Civic Si hatchback, 2-door, $3,500. $3,500. And you get a little EG. I already see an intercooler. I already see charge piping. I mean, what could go wrong? I haven't seen this listing, so who knows? Let me take a guess though. Based on this hood exit, that's definitely a B series. No, is it? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know what's underneath
It looks like
this
it's a
hood.
B series.
Why is the charge piping going in both ways? I haven't looked at this. We're going in blind. Hashtag Helen Keller. We're looking at this bad boy. Does he not show underneath the hood? I will legit go to this guy's house and beat his ass if he doesn't show underneath the hood. There we go. Oh, it is a B series. I guess that's where you'd want to dump it, sort of, I guess. Most people just dump it right in front, but making this piping that, just rides right next to your radiator and your engine block, just that seems like a good idea, right? I would just not do that, but it is what it is. I knew it wasn't a K series because right there is where the engine sits on a K series. So a boosted B series for $3,500. What is wrong with this car? We got to read the description. I already see no filter, so that's a giant red flag. The engine cover looks like it was painted by a 6-year-old with some finger paint. There's some random shit in the engine bay that I don't know. Like, what the fuck is this thing right here? It looks like he's got an extra shift knob in the engine bay. I don't know what that is. It's got a vacuum line going to it or something. I don't know. Let's read his description really quick. Had an engine swap. It's a turbo B20 engine, LS transmission, precision turbo, mission motor intercooler, 1000cc injectors, Honda. What's wrong with it? His buddy picked it up as a project, but found something else he wants to purchase, so the project has to go. Doesn't run. Small issues need to be fixed. Blah 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 blah. I mean, $3,500 gets you a solid foundation. I will say this: for an EG, although it looks primered out, the body looks pretty straight, and finding a straight EG nowadays is pretty hard. Hell, finding a straight anything nowadays is pretty hard. Anyways, $3,500. Moving on. Next car, 2003 Lexus GS 300. Someone sent this to me, and I haven't looked through it. They said it was a tuner car, so I guess we're gonna find out. But it don't look like a tuner car from here. I was like, all right, I'm gonna flame up whatever moron sent me this one. But let's take a look. Okay, we have a duct in the headlight, a homemade duct. I don't know if I would trust that, but homemade. Looks completely stock on the exterior. Got some cheap looking wheels, nothing crazy. Exterior, just the rear end looks boring as hell. Interesting shifter. Very interesting. I guess we'll have to see what's underneath the hood. It's a boosted LS. I was wrong.
Hey.
How the hell do people come up with these weird swaps? I mean, I know LS swaps are pretty common, but a turbo LS in a GS 300, is it twin or is it just single? It looks like it's a single 76mm turbo with a 92mm throttle body, stage 2 cam, 650cc injectors. Seems kind of small in my opinion for a fucking 76mm turbo. They can't make that much, right? Over 20,000 invested in parts. New built stage 3 4L80 E-Trans with a 3200 billet torque converter. Motor turns over and runs no problem, but still needs a tune. That's sketchy. Hose fittings for radios. What? Hose fittings for radios over radiator, I'm guessing. Snapped off recently. Haven't had time to fix it. Radiator holds fluid, no problem. Recommend bringing a trailer if you got some distance to drive it home. It's a little scary. A little scary to know.
You think?
I don't know what it would make. I mean, 650cc injectors, in my opinion, that seems really small. I can't imagine this thing makes all that much power. It's going to be fun to drive, and it's going to make some cool noises, but I can't imagine that it's going to be all that fast in this current situation or setup. Still very cool, though. It's completely a sleeper car. Like, 100% I was wrong. I'm a man. I will admit it. I was wrong. I don't know if I'd spend $10,000 on it, but that's a different story. Next car, 1987 Chevrolet Corvette, $25,000. I never understood why people did this. They like skeletonized their Corvettes. In my opinion, like it looks all right. It doesn't look all that cool. It's like, okay, whatever. but I don't see really the benefit of it. Like, I feel like it's just like a bad looking Corvette now. If you can, like, if you were to do this and then make it like a Can-Am and go off roading, okay, I would kind of get it. But I feel like this isn't any more aerodynamic. I can't imagine it's too much lighter. Like, I'm sure it is lighter, don't get me wrong. But you also had to add all of this piping and all of the exoskeleton and shit like that. So I would imagine it might even be heavier. I mean, Corvettes are completely fiberglass, so how much weight are you really saving?
Right.
Either way, still like a cool, interesting car. I've never seen one in person like this. I know that they're out there and stuff like that. I know that I think a couple YouTubers made them or something like that, or make some. I don't know. I don't watch car YouTubers. No offense to any car YouTubers. I'm around cars all the time. I don't need to ingest any more car content. If you guys want to read all that, go for it. It's got a big fuel cell. It's got a fucking massive battery. I mean, that's a giant battery. It's like a McLaren battery right there.
I'm saying that battery though is like super huge. Like I don't even know the prices on batteries like that are that big. But if you're running a battery that big for something that's pulling that, there has to be serious power coming out of that. Let alone the wires that was just hanging out there. There was so many wires in there, you would have thought it was a Christmas tree. Like, at least tuck
It's
them
got a
in.
parachute, so I would imagine it's fast. It pops wheelies. It's got big ass tires. I guess that's the one thing that would be really nice is you never got to worry about rubbing. Like you never have any rubbing issues with a fucking setup like this. Oh, he's even got a little blinky. He's even got a couple diapers around his engine and his trans. I mean, I guess if you're a hardcore racer, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's to keep them from freaking blowing apart. Because if that thing blows or goes underneath that car, that is going everywhere. You're literally going to see shreds of everything just unfold.
I will say now, actually looking at it though, that is a massive fucking turbo. Like that is like a 5-inch inlet and a 5-inch fucking exhaust. That is insane. That is massive. Like working on this car would be very easy because everything is stripped out. But at the same time, oh, I don't like that. You got to put some grommets on those.
Yeah,
Unless those are
nah.
just boost lines, but still, I would still put grommets on them. That'll rub through eventually. Add some Viking shocks, dual adjustable. That's what I need to get for the Mustang. Straight up, I'm talking to some companies. We're trying to get some. We'll see. But yeah, it's a cool setup. Let's read it. If you see this, that means it's available. Please read. Should I reply? Hey, is this still available? He'll be pissed. Corvette Cart race car 5.3 force induction 88 TH400 custom cam and converter 8.8 four link Viking double adjustable. Too much to list. Okay, how fast is it? That's all we fucking care about. How fast is it? Runs a 5.5 at 129. I'm guessing that's got to be okay. Yeah, that's an eighth. Rarely goes to the quarter mile, but it did run a 8.7 at 150 on a smaller turbo. That's fucking fast. That
Yeah, I
seems
was
pretty
about to
fucking
say
fast. I mean, I
that's
guess it is
pretty
popping
fast.
wheelies, but it's got nothing to lift really. It's a half a car. Will come with a barrel of E85. How generous. If you want one like that, go build one. It'll cost you $175,000. And he only wants 25,000. That just seems like a bad investment, in my opinion.
Yeah, it also makes me wonder what else is wrong with it. Like if there's something wrong with it, because like you just said, 175,000 to build one just like that, but you're only selling it for 25. Like, please tell me why. Like you must be rolling in dough if you just selling that car for 25,000. Like, let's be for real, because I wouldn't even sell that car for 25,000. Like, no, there's just no way. There has to be something majorly wrong with it, or either like you just have like 12 of those just laying around.
I mean, not to buy this car, but I mean like just building one. Regardless, let me know what you guys think about that. Last car, 2016 Ford Mustang, $45,000, and it looks like it's damn near popping a wheelie right here. Look at that suspension, full extension. Can we see anything? Is that a little turbo piping right there? Oh yeah, there's an exhaust coming out the bumper. Well, I can tell you right now, it's a turbo Mustang. Don't know if it's twins, but it's turboed. He's got the drag wing as well. I was thinking about getting one of those for the Mustang, but we got to make over 1,000 horsepower to make that even make sense. I'm not going to touch it until then. 6 shots though. Whoever's your photographer, man, he's got some good shots. I want to get some videos of my car like completely squatting like that. Ooh, giant twins. Very nice
That
indeed.
is very crazy.
He's got something of a filter. I'll at least give him that. And it looks like he tracks it, so maybe at the track you don't need a filter. Definitely driving on the street though, I would recommend it. This car looks menacing. Oh my god, look at that! Look at that!
That car, the way that it is taking off right there, looks that mug looks like it's cooking right now. Like I feel sorry for whoever went against that because you just got humiliated very bad. That thing looks very menacing. Like if I saw that literally fly past me, there's just no question about it. There's just no question about it. I'm already like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fucking squat. Look at that full ass extension. That shit looks hard as hell. This car's insane looking. Like I love this car. Full cage, very smart. It looks like a pretty fast car. Also got some sort of automatic, probably another TH400, very true and tested. Ah, no filters here. Ah, tis tis. Smack on the wrists. Also, get some turbo blankets. Like, there's a lot of plastic in the engine bay of the Mustang. I would definitely get some turbo blankets.
Facts.
Regardless, though, I mean, still a very fast Mustang. Definitely purpose built. This guy didn't go out and buy a carbon hood and some carbon fenders and some carbon doors. This guy was like, "Nah, we're buying race car parts. We're going fast. We don't need all that shit." You know how you make up for extra weight? You add more power. We don't need all that bullshit. This car only has 4,000 original miles. That's insane. It's he's only asking 45,000. It's got a freshly sleeved motor, manly I beams, manly pistons, Boss 302 crank, 12 millimeter studs, Gen 1 heads with pack springs. It's a built 1.8 power glide. It makes oh my bad. It's capable of 1,500 plus wheel horsepower. Car needs very little to be finished. It does run and drive, but needs good rear suspension. Yeah, that's like my car. That's very close to how my car is. Anyways, very.
But for 45,000 though, it's crazy because like if you think about it, if you go and build a Mustang just like that, it's not going to cost you nowhere close to 45. That is going to be almost 100 to 150K. Like you seen what that Mustang was packing? There's like that's what I'm saying like they're selling them for like I'm not knocking it like that's a good price. But at the same time, like you said, somebody got to give me money to go buy that because I'll go buy that right now. Then take that to the track every single day. But at the same time, 45,000 is very cheap for a Mustang 5.0 built like that. That's like a Christmas gift. Somebody handed me that. Best and believe I'm going to the track every day, every day.
very cool. Very cool cars. If I had to pick one, I mean, obviously I would pick the fucking Viper. I know I was talking a lot of smack saying you don't need 2,000 horsepower, and you don't, but I still want it.
But yeah, that's the YouTube video today. If you like it, let me know in the comments. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know how y'all feel. But yeah, this is your boy RJ, that guy. We're out. See you in the next video. Peace.